You're on video today. My head glaring.
Yeah. Are we recording?
We are recording. Welcome to Game Day Battle, where Cleveland sports news meets biased and outspoken opinion. We have most of the Game Day crew here. Dale couldn't make it. Brett's upset, Dale. So next week we're going to have the full Game Day crew together. Ramon back, though. Last week stuck with, work, and work sucks. So it does, but it pays the bills. And I see you got the Ohio State shirt going on.
Yeah, I figure there's only winning thing going on nowadays. So
is that it? Your allegiance shifts from Cleveland down to Columbus?
Nah, not this.
Right down 71.
Yep.
Right down it. So we're definitely gonna get into the Browns. We're gonna get into the Buckeyes. We're gonna get into all of that. And good to have you back, man. I missed you last week.
Good to be back.
Absolutely. Brett Finnegan, and you are a little bit out of season.
I had a Monsters sweatshirt on. But
And a Monsters hat, by the way. Yep. So
gearing up. We're less than a month to go.
Less than a month?
Less than a month.
You'll be here with the Monsters update, the full skinny on the Monsters.
October 12th, so.
Well, I'm Mike Glass, and we are going to tackle a number of issues today. First off, we've got to talk about the Browns. Of course, they had their first game, and Brett's very upset. That just symbolizes exactly how we all felt on Sunday. We had high hopes. We made some good moves. We're going to look at the moves. We're going to look at exactly how they panned out and what we really should take from game 1 and apply it to game 2, 3, and all the way up to 16. So we're going to hit that. We got to hit the Buckeyes because it's such a happy point for us in most cases. And there's also some downside to the Buckeyes. So we're going to hit all of that. I think right now, though, let's just start it off with the Browns and Brandon Weeden.
Game Day Battle is brought to you by BAMBOOZLES Restaurant and Lounge in Parma. They have the best drink specials anywhere. Seriously, buy one, get one free drinks. How often do you hear of it? You don't. They do it twice a week. Billy's mom makes the pasta sauce all the time, and the burgers, you simply won't find a better one. Check them out, bamboozles.com. Again, bamboozles.com. When you go there, tell them GDB sent you.
I think I probably speak for a lot of Browns fans. I'm not full asleep. Whoa, hello, Ramon. Maybe you don't need another beer.
Oh, excited there.
I think I speak for a lot of Browns fans when I can say I wasn't expecting some sort of outstanding, huge performance from Weeden and from Richardson and just from the Browns offense in general. I wasn't expecting a dominant performance from the defense. I wasn't even totally expecting a win, really. I was hopeful for a win. What I was expecting to see was really a good team in the making, and I wanted to see a lot of the components kind of starting to come together, even if they were a little rough at this point. What I think that I might have seen is a quarterback crumbling, a running back that couldn't get a feel for the game, an offensive line that couldn't hold back anything, and a defense that kind of just felt like they got lucky the entire game. So we're gonna hit all that. We got to start with Weeden. Does anybody know what his quarterback rating was?
5.1.
There you go. 5.1. Is that pretty much just don't show up? To me, that says don't show up. Has Colt McCoy ever had a 5.1?
Mm-mm.
Has Colt McCoy ever had 4 interceptions?
Mm-mm.
Okay. So we can establish that Colt McCoy would have had a better game probably against Philly this first game. But here's the main question with Brandon Weeden. Watching the game, did you see a problem with him, mental, physical abilities, things of that nature, like we saw with Charlie Fry say, where he was just consumed by everything that he needed to be? Or did you see a guy doing a lot of good things, just not quite in the right way, not that extra inch, that extra little bit that you need to have to make it happen? And Ramon, I'm going to start off with you. Watching the game, did you feel good about Weeden? Just think he has to grow, or are you worried about the ability of this guy?
I just felt like he never got comfortable at all. You know, and that goes to show you when you're in the preseason and a lot of these coaches hold back on these players and don't let them do what they need to do to get a feel for the game. You know, they still, you know, they're nursing all these players. They don't want nobody touching them. So they don't even start them the fourth game. I know it's a pointless game. You don't want them to get hurt. But also, this guy is a rookie. He needs to get that NFL feel, get that game, you know, mentality. You just can't go out there and throw somebody in. And now it's full-on pads. It's their starters versus our starters. And so, you know, this guy came out and just did not look comfortable at all. Looked like he rushed a few throws. He overthrew everybody, you know. It seems like he wasn't accurate at all. And all they keep doing is having fast blacks of Dale and that video he showed of him hitting clay pigeons.
Wonderful sports science piece. I don't know if you got a chance to see that. I thought most did. I know a lot of Browns fans who didn't. But if you didn't, maybe we can roll some footage of him right here. What he's doing right now is he's knocking clay pigeons out of the sky with a football, and they're traveling at 45 miles per hour, 15 yards every 7/10 of a second. And at one point, he gets dialed in. He hits these things 4 for 5, and his release time is on average of 0.38 seconds. And his ability to read the field and know where the throw needs to be, I'm really blown away by his mechanics.
This guy's hitting clay pigeons, but he can't even hit a receiver who is a million times bigger than a pigeon.
You know, maybe the difference is when you're throwing at clay pigeons, you don't have a huge defensive lineman.
You stole my thunder.
Well,
it's burned in my head. And I don't know what's going on. You know, and we don't see that ever.
Well, so Brett, basically, I think I'm hearing from Ramon that at this point, with one game, and that's all we have to work with, one NFL game. We didn't get much in the preseason. He's not seeing exactly what you need to see, or even close to what you need to see from a guy that is just learning the system. That maybe we drafted in the first round, a guy that should have been maybe drafted in 3rd, 4th, like a project type guy. Mm-hmm. Is that what you saw, or are you seeing a guy that is getting it, that will get it, just needs some time?
I see a guy that we should have started the 4th game of the preseason to give him some extra reps. I saw a guy that did not look comfortable whatsoever in the pocket of this Browns offense. I saw a guy that was flustered, and it could have been first game jitters of the regular season. It could have been. But I saw a guy that had no accuracy. I mean, you stole my thunder. You really did about the clay pigeons. I'm sorry, but when you have Massaquoi wide open on the sidelines and you overshoot him, where's the accuracy in that? You hit a clay pigeon that far away. Why can't you hit a 6 foot, 5-weight guy? I think we should have taken the time to put him in that 4th game of the preseason, give him extra reps. He's a rookie. You know, this is the same offense he ran into Oklahoma State. You know, it was a West Coast offense. But I will say this. The offensive line has to get better. We've seen this with Colt McCoy. We've seen this with Derek Anderson. We've seen this with most of our quarterbacks. Our offensive line needs to get better. We went from a total a two-way offense, being a great runner for our 3rd pick, TRENT RICHARDSON, going and being stopped for 39 yards because there's no holes opening up in this offensive line for him, and that automatically dropped the run game for us. So we had to put everything on Brandon Weeden. Still not a fan yet, but I do believe that the offensive line has to be a little bit, to blame in this game. Also, it will have to be Brandon Weeden. I mean, I would put Brandon Weeden up there before the offensive line because he had some time there. That interception at the end of the game where he had nowhere he was throwing it to, but directly to the Eagles, secondary.
He really was.
I think if the offensive line opened up some holes for TRENT RICHARDSON and we got some yardage with him, we were a two-way offense, then maybe we'd be saying a different story right now. But Weeden was just completely disarray. He had no idea where he was. I don't think he even knew he was playing for the Browns at this point. So at that point, I'm not a big fan of Weeden. I never was when we drafted him. I think we could have used, and I completely agree with Ramon. We have a quarterback that, I wouldn't say will do the same things. He hasn't thrown 4 interceptions in a game yet. But I think we could use a 22nd pick on another receiver, on something to help out that offensive line. I think we could have used a 22 pick for that. We should have started off with just TRENT RICHARDSON and it worked that way because we had no run game last year. I think we really jumped the gun on this one.
Okay, so and a good way to sort of sum up everything that you just said, if you are the decision maker for the Browns and you've got Colt McCoy and Brandon Weeden on your bench, do you start Colt game 2 or do you stick with Brandon Weeden? And the reason that's a good way to sum it all up is, do you think Weeden's got what it takes and he just needs more time, or are you thinking maybe this is the wrong direction for this team?
I think, all right, this is probably going to shoot me in the ass too, but I disliked Shermer coming out in preseason before the game saying, or actually before training camp, before his practice going to start, saying, we're going to have a quarterback competition. And I really disliked Shermer coming out the first week before our preseason saying, Brandon Weeden is our guy, we're going to start him from here on out as our go-to guy. I think he should have left it up as a quarterback competition because, honestly, preseason McCoy played way much better than Brandon Weeden did. Even Seneca Wallace played better than Weeden did.
He didn't.
But here comes the point. If we're going to be Cleveland Browns, we're going to move forward. And I'm going to hate to say this, you have to stick with Weeden just to keep him in. I mean, you have to give him that give him a little bit more. I don't want to say a little more time, but let's see what he does against Cincinnati. And Philadelphia's defense is one of the higher defenses, ranked defenses out there. But even they were disarray. Even Michael Vick was disarray. The only difference, 2 touchdowns compared to none.
Weeden didn't disappoint me in every way. He disappointed me in a lot of ways. I think the guy's got some talent. I don't think that this is a let's wait till game 3 or game 4 kind of thing. This is a let's see what we can do next year with this guy, and let's give him the year. And Brett, you're right. You can't just pull him. And of course, that's not what I was suggesting by the question, but more of how do you feel about him? And you're right. You got to stick with him. 35 attempts, 12 receptions. 35 attempts, 12 receptions. Granted, you got Greg Little out there who was thrown at 4 times and couldn't catch a single one of them. But
one was for an interception that he dropped.
Yeah, so. Cincinnati's a soft team, and they are a very, very young team. 13 players out of a 53-man roster that played, 13 players played last year when Cincinnati played the Ravens. Those 13 players are on the team. All the rest are gone. That is huge. That means 40 new players since they played the Ravens last year. This is a very young team and a team that doesn't quite get what they're doing yet. We're not as young as they are. We have weapons. We have tools. We have a system. We have ability. It's time to do it. Final score, it's back, and it's back with a vengeance. Put your name and your numbers on the board, and we're going to come back next week, and we're going to look at these and see how well you did or how much you fucked up. And Brett, let's just see what you got.
He probably looked at mine and rewrite my shit.
He is a cheater. He's a definite cheater.
I'm surprised you guys with this one. Just because Mike said all that stuff about the Bengals being young and there's 40 new players to a 53-man roster, put a little spark in my mind.
I like sparks.
I have Cleveland with 17. Cincinnati 24. Another Cleveland loss.
Wow.
I know you see my shit. I know. What the hell, man?
Ramon Torres, your name and some numbers on the Browns game.
Well, as for Brett looking at my score, so I gotta revamp my stuff.
Do it. You keep it
all the way from over here.
With your bionic vision. Hello.
Yeah, you do got bionic vision, dude.
It's true, I do. I'm pretty fucking badass.
Or tunnel vision, whatever you got with drinking all those beers over there. I got the Browns losing 16-28 because they're traveling south, and everybody knows when you travel south.
Does everybody know, or just I know? So, if you can take AJ Green out with double or triple coverage, and you gotta watch Hawkins. Hawkins is a little tiny guy, like 5'7", but he is so freaking fast that you've got to put 2 guys on him because you're not going to keep up. I don't think anybody in the NFL can. So you got 5 guys there, and you got to have a guy deep for the long ball. That's it. That's 6. You got 5 guys you can throw on the line, and you can watch the run and try to contain the run, and that's it. You can keep this offense. You can keep in Andy Dalton's face. You can keep them from doing anything big, and it's a close game. I am predicting 24-20. Who wins? The Bengals are going to win this one. But the Browns have a very, very, very good chance of winning. A very close game. Okay. Wait, let's just text him right now and see if we can if he's up. Wait, here it is. And the numbers are Cincy 24, Cleveland 13. A little different from what I said, but just by a few numbers. So. 24-13 Dale. Braxton Miller is becoming a Terrell Pryor, where he just steps back and does what he needs to do.
Well, that's what you need.
You good with that?
I'm okay with it.
You're good with it?
Hey, we're 2-0 with it, so we might as well go on. Let's see what they do about California coming up next.
You know, when you start facing those big name teams, and that's when your game starts, you know, this might be a setup for them big teams. Oh, he's just going to run. He's going to run. And then he throws that bomb on you. And then, you know, it's all about, you know, that first seeing it next week and who you're going to face. You don't let them, you don't want to show too much.
Fickle did do that last year.
I was just about to say that right now.
You know, we're facing the Bums now. Like you said, they picked their schedule. They know what's going on. Tressel did it all the time. You know, you play the Bums in the beginning. You get them teams who are good teams to see what you're putting out there, so they prepare for you a certain way, and then you hit them with a complete 180, and then they're like, oh shit, what's going on here? And that's what happens.
If I was Urban Meyer, you know, with these games with Miami, UCF, even California, and I think there's another, I don't want to say scrub team after that, but I won't put out my whole playbook out there. You know, it's going to be against Michigan State, Wisconsin, Michigan are the teams I'm really going to bust out the playbook and actually open up the pages to it. And that's probably why you're seeing Braxton Miller running all these plays and, you know, against this defense that can do that. I mean, Miami, Ohio is, hate to say it, never going to be a top 25 team unless, for some freak reason.
A year maybe, but that's about it. Maybe. But what happens? It does.
It could happen.
It could happen. Red Hawks, you do have a chance. Everybody has a chance being top.
Everybody has a chance.
But I wouldn't be giving my best plays out there, especially against these teams. I would probably wait till, and you'll probably see a whole new different offense.
All right, well, Cal's coming up, right?
California.
Yep. This is our first test, and final score is going to smack us in the face again. Brett, final score, give me a quick number. Ohio State, Cal, first test, Braxton Miller, what can he do? What are we going to do? Give me some numbers.
I'm saying Ohio State 28, Cal 14.
All right, 28-14.
We're still going to be a little conservative against Cal. But I think it's going to be a little closer than UCF. And
all right. Well, let me just keep this in line here in flow. I think
Mike, what are you going to do?
Thank you for that non-microphone. I think that this is a chance for Urban Meyer to really show his stuff, and I agree with what you had said earlier, that he's probably saving some things. I think he'll show some stuff here, and he may save a few things for Michigan, but this is his opportunity to really say, I am here, and this is going to be different, and it is going to be successful. It's going to be a big game. I'm saying 37-24, Buckeye win, and it's going to be a little further apart than the numbers show. Ramon, give us some numbers.
Buckeyes all day, 31-20.
All right, 31-20. That's a good score. And we will be back here to absolutely make fun of the two of you for your improper and incorrect.
Your scores.
Yeah, right. Now, me, I'll be right, so, you know.
Bullshit. Ramon, why'd you show up today and bring sense into us? Anyways, where's my beer too? The one, the only Ramon Torres. Hey, welcome back, buddy. We missed you. We have. It's not the same without DJ Felix. So here's to you, and here's to finally getting on the chemistry bandwagon. It was getting lonely up there. And well, welcome back, buddy. This is to you.
I appreciate it, man. It's always a pleasure to be back with you guys, man.
Come more often, jeez.
I should.
You should. And Dale should. Let's harass him one more time.
Yeah.
Because it's fun.
Pour some fucking beer out for Dale. I won't do that.
Oh, if he
Thanks a lot, bro. I appreciate it, man. Feels good to be welcome.
Well, this is your opportunity now to just spout off about something you hate, or just raise your beer to something you like.
I got two of them.
Ooh.
Well,
you've been gone long enough. You should have plenty.
I know. My first one I'm going to talk about is Mr. Mike Holmgren, and thank you for starting this quarterback controversy bullshit all over again. The city needed it, and exactly what we're used to around here. And I think it's this stupid. Brett made great points earlier today, and he talked about how Colt didn't get a good shot at this, and I was disappointed Sunday just to see somebody who we picked first round do the same shit that our fourth rounder could have did for the same price.
For the same price. Well, no, for more. He did it for more. So, very cool. You had two, and that was one.
My second one is to all the supporters out there who support this change at change.org to get the Indians sold, get these Dolans out of the house, man. Big shout outs to Dale for putting this on, man. I've been behind it 100%. We've been pushing it as much as we can. We need more followers. You're going to see it on Facebook, and you're going to see it on the Twitter. We're going to be branching out, man. We're trying to make this as big as possible and get you guys' voices heard, and know that these owners, are full of shit, and they just want to sell you a product and not even be proud of what they're putting out there. And that's what I see in this city, because I'm born and raised here, and I'm just sick and tired of this shit.
And you want some,
but big shout outs to all the 200 and I think 50 or somewhere near there people who signed it, all our friends who are supporting the cause, and to show that
all the people from out of state.
Yeah, there's everywhere.
I mean, dang, I never even noticed how many people from out of state would be signing that. But
and I'm glad to see that we got so much, passionate fans that want to see a change in the city and want to bring the 95 team back and the 94 team where we were going to the World Series, and have that chemistry.
We should have a D.
Chemistry.
Mark. On every show, we should
like Baby's Playhouse, the word of the day.
Right, it's chemistry. No, wait, we do. We get a tick mark for every chemistry remark, and we also get one for every traveling remark.
Yeah, I have to catch up. I think Ramon's catching up to the chemistry there.
Well, he might be.
But that's what I want to see.
And it is great. And go to change.org and go to our Facebook page, because you can find it there. You go right to it. You put it in. Okay.
Click that while you're there.
And let me just say this, as a conservative guy, change.org is a liberal hack organization. They absolutely are. You put your little email address in, they're going to send you crap about like how Barack Obama is the savior of all things and you should probably worship him. But despite all that, and you can put in a fake email address, it doesn't even matter. It really doesn't matter. Sign the petition, because the petition has nothing to do with them. So when you get that crap, remove your membership from change.org, whatever you want to do. It doesn't matter. The petition is about bringing pressure and making, if we can get 1,000 signatures, that is huge and significant. And we can take this and we can start pushing this in a very big way. And this is in a very big Cleveland media way. 200 signatures gets us in the ballpark, but it doesn't hit it out of the ballpark. We need 1,000. So get us there. We're on our way.
Share all right, with your friends.
Just let everybody know, man. This is for a good cause, man. Brett has been pushing it. Mike's been pushing it. We all been doing it. We want to see a change in the city. This is how passionate us as your sports anchors for you guys, and you being the fans of the show and just being fans in sports in general, would want to see it. And we're speaking for you guys and trying to get this heard around our city, even around the state and even out of state. And just bring change to the city, man, and get a owner in this place like your Dan Gilbert who wants to see this team win, you know. And that's what we want to see, is that passionate owner.
We want to see a fan as an owner. And that's what it comes down to. A fan with money, and that's what it comes down to. So, well, on a similar note, I want to raise my beer to all of the Game Day Battle Facebook fans, because it's nice. Like, sports have a cycle, and we know it when it comes time to the end of the Indian season, which unfortunately is very early, and then we've got that little gap. We've got, you know, some football going on, but it's all preseason. It's kind of cool. It's nice to see them in pads again and blah blah blah. But it's not the NFL season, and we all do it. The Game Day Battle fan Facebook page, people do. All Browns fans do it. Indians fans. We tail off. We go do stuff. We went on vacation. We all took a little bit of time off. The season starts, and it's just there's activity, there's interest, and there's all kinds of debate, and there's all kinds of discussion. I love it. Keep it up. And this is to all of you Facebook fans, Game Day Battle supporters, YouTube, everywhere. And we couldn't do it without you. And it's very, very nice to see the activities just kick right back up as soon as the Browns kick off. So
love it.
Absolutely. Love it. And Dale, get your ass back next week.
That's right.
You're the guy in the seat right this week, you know, because you weren't here, even though you did offer to film, and we just didn't come to you. So besides that, you're still, you know, on the hot seat and shit. So anyway, brother, hope you come back next week. And I'll say hope. I know you will, so it doesn't matter. And for this week, good to have you back, Ramon.
Thank you. Glad to
Brett,
be back.
Always good to see you. Battle on.
Battle on.
These are good beers too. Brett hasn't.
Nope. I gotta drive him home, man.
Oh, you do. You do. Me and him are gonna go down and do some shots in that bar. I don't have any whiskey down there, so, you know, as an Irish guy, you probably don't care. I got rum though. Miss Puerto Rican.
Yeah. A little rum action there.
Puerto Rican, right? International? All right. I got some rum.
Did you see that new Bacardi came out? The Spice Rum? I told you I've been seeing the commercials. Actually released a name now.
Bacardi Spice Rum?
Yeah, it's like Bacardi.
I mean, they have a dark rum already.
Mm-hmm. Bacardi Select.
Bacardi something. They should work on that name.
Why don't we do this?
Give me a